A Game Archivist production.
Hi guys, it's Archivist coming at you today with a review of Infinity Blade 3 for the Apple iPad. Infinity Blade 3 is a mind-blowing game, let's just get that out of the way right now. The app achieves this success by excelling in two major pillars of gaming, graphical fidelity and addictive gameplay. So to begin with the gameplay, Infinity Blade 3 is very similar to its predecessor in the way it is played. You take control of either Cyrus or Isa, who are both highly skilled warriors who cannot die. Well, they can, but they simply respawn and start again. Cyrus is a brute force fighter, who is well complemented with a shield, whereas Isa is better suited using dual weapons to unleash a barrage of attacks on her opponents. The basic objective of each engagement is to defeat your opponent by outmaneuvering them in a sword fight. If the enemy takes a swing at you, you can either parry it with your weapon or dodge out of the way. After a series of successful counters, your opponent will be open to a flurry of attacks. There are also the options to either take a dodge backwards or block with a shield, but these can only be used in moderation. Learning the patterns of certain enemies' fighting techniques is of paramount importance to succeeding in Infinity Blade 3. While certain opponents' moves are fairly easy to predict, others are far less obvious in their assault. The game also implements an RPG system, where each character levels up in order to improve different aspects of their fighting style. For example, I chose to focus on damage in order to finish my opponents as quickly as possible. You also gain an in-game currency which can be used to purchase weapons which will add to your character's power. Weapons will generally improve damage, whereas armour will improve survivability. You can also make use of magic mid-fight if your opponent is getting the better of you. I found the healing spell to be by far the most useful. There is also a special attack which is best used when your opponent's attacks are becoming difficult to counter. Chair have also added a potion creation system, which works very similar to alchemy in Skyrim, where you experiment with different ingredients. Probably the biggest improvement over Infinity Blade 2 are the multiple environments. Whereas before you were limited to assaulting a single tower over and over, there is now a much larger world to explore with the two characters. I couldn't do an Infinity Blade 3 review without mentioning the graphics, and they are absolutely stunning. Honestly, these visuals are easily on par with current generation consoles. The lighting is impeccable, the textures insanely sharp, and there are no jagged edges to speak of. Not only this, but the frame rate is consistently high, at an estimate I would say between 40 to 60 frames per second on the iPad 4. However, I don't think the graphics are leaps and bounds ahead of Infinity Blade 2, if I am honest, although I can understand why this is, considering there are now multiple environments that each had to be meticulously crafted. In conclusion, Infinity Blade 3 is a masterpiece of an app that fires on all cylinders. Even if the gameplay doesn't really grab you, the graphics alone are possibly the best available in the App Store. I award Infinity Blade 3 for Apple iPad a 9.5 out of 10. As always guys, thanks for watching and see you next time.